Hello, this is Russ Rodgers back with you with yet another slap line in the playing style of Victor Wooten. This bass line will combine the techniques of the thumb, double thumb, popping with the first and second fingers, hammer-ons, and left-hand pull-offs. Like in the free videos, Easy Slap Bass Lines 1 and 2, we will first go through the line note by note to get the fingering down. Then we'll play it with the play-along tracks to get it grooving. Don't forget to check out my Slap Bass Mastery series to work on the hand conditioning exercises that will help you with the techniques used in this bass line. All right, let's get started. Get your bass out, tuned up, and we'll get her done. All right, we're going to start this bass line with a down thumb on the open E string, followed by a first finger left hand note on the 3rd fret with an up thumb on the E string. Our next note is going to be a second finger 5th fret note with a down thumb on the E string, followed by a 4th finger 7th fret note on the E string with an up thumb. All right, and then our next note is going to be popping with the first finger of the right hand, fingered with the second finger of the left hand on the 5th fret of the A string. And then our last note of the first measure will be popped with the second finger of the right hand with the 4th finger on the 7th fret of the A string with the left. So for our first measure, 1 and 2 and 3, E and A, 4, E and A. All right, in our second measure, the first 2 beats of the second measure are just like the first 2 beats of the first. So they will be 1 and 2 and. All right, for our next note in the second measure, we will pop the first finger 4th fret note of the A string, hammering on to the 5th fret note of the A string, and then lifting off by picking the string with the second finger of the left hand back to the 4th finger note. And then for our last beat of the last measure, we will do a double thumb, down thumb on the 7th fret of the E string, followed by a first finger note of the left hand on the 3rd fret with an up thumb. All right, the second measure, 1 and 2 and 3, E and A, 4 and. Okay, now let's do the bass line in its entirety. 1 and 2 and 3, E and A, 4, E and A, 1 and 2 and 3, E and A, 4 and 1 and 2 and 3, E and A, 4, E and A, 1 and 2 and 3, E and A, 4 and 1. Okay, let's get this grooving with a slow tempo track. 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 E and a 4 E and a 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 E and a 4 E and a 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 E and a 4 and. Now for the medium tempo track. 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 E and a 4 E and a 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 E and a 4 E and a 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 E and a 4 E and a 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 E and a 4 E 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 E and a 4 E and a Time for the fast track. 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 E and a 4 E and a 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 E and a 4 E and a 1 and a 2 E and a 3 E and a 4 E and a 1 and a 2 E and a 3 E and a 4 E and a 1 and a 2 E and a 3 E and a 4 E and a I hope you had fun with this line and were able to add some new things to your slap technique. Again, please check out my free and premium videos for more cool ideas to add to your bass playing. This is Russ Rodgers, and I'll see you next time.